Hello and welcome to the 14th video lecture of Services Marketing, Semester 6, Module number 3. In today's video lecture, we shall be seeing about service product. So what is a service product? A service product is a product of services. That is, in service marketing, you call your service as your service product. So what is a product? Uh, as per Philip Kotler, the definition of a product goes way beyond being a physical object or a service. He defines a product as anything that can meet a need or a want. This means that even a retail store or a customer service representative is considered a product. Now, services are intangible, and hence when we say that it is a product, it becomes a little difficult to understand, but we can develop a service. Hence we can apply the five product levels that we apply to the normal physical product to services as well. The five product level model provides a way to show the different levels of need customers have for a product. These needs range from core needs to psychological needs. At each product level, more customer value is added. So let us see these five products one by one. At the heart of the product is the core benefit. It is the need that you have identified. The next level is the generic product. So you add certain things to it or you convert it into a generic thing, it becomes a generic product. Then you add certain other features and you make it an expected product. That is the minimum expected product which the customers are ready to purchase, below which any service, anything below that expected product, people will not purchase that product or not purchase that service. Then you add certain features more and it becomes the augmented product. Here each level of feature or each new feature that you are adding becomes an augmentation, and this becomes your augmented product. And lastly, when this augmentation is added, that is, in each new feature is added to the product changes its appearance, the product changes its nature, and slowly it becomes a potential product. That is, whatever it can reach the its potential, that can be reached. We shall discuss this one by one now. So what is core benefit? So core benefit, for example, the core benefit is the fundamental need or wants that the customer satisfies when they buy the product. For example, the core benefit of a bank account could be for saving purposes or loans to businesses or individuals. So if I'm taking an example of bank here. So in bank you may have a service product, that is a bank account. Now this can be for services, that is for savings or for loan purpose sometimes. So this is the core benefit, that is the need that you have. Some people open the saving benefit for savings while some other open it because they want loan. The next level, if you want to see, is the generic product. The generic product is a basic version of the product made up of only those features necessary for it to function. Now, only few features are added to the idea. That is, see, the first level that we have seen is the core benefit. It is a need, it is just an idea. If you convert this idea into a product, it becomes a generic product. So only minimum things, the required things, the basic version of the product that is there, that becomes or basic features that you are adding without much extra things. So the basic things that you are adding becomes your generic product. In our bank example itself, this could be a unique account number with a checkbook or an ATM. So a checkbook or an ATM you're giving along with a unique account number for the person, it becomes your uh, basic product. For example, if you go to any bank account, you can open a zero bank balance account, that is known as no frills account, or sometimes it is known as some other name is also given to it, sometimes like zero balance account. So these come with very minimum features. You cannot withdraw more above a particular limit, you cannot have more transactions, you cannot have maintain more balance, you cannot withdraw more amount. So these things will be given. So these are the things that you should consider. That becomes your generic product. Then the third one is your expected product. The expected product is the set of features that the customers expect when they buy the product. Below these things, they will never purchase the product. If you give services below that, so coming back to our example, in a bank example, this could be access to a network of branches countrywide, that is core banking. So core banking, whenever we are talking about, that is you can withdraw or deposit money in any bank account. This extra feature is given to you, and that is what people expect. This you do not want to go to your home branch itself, located in some other city, to deposit or withdraw money. So this is the minimum expectation. If this is not met, people will not purchase your product. The next level of product is the augmented product. The augmented product refers to any product variations, extra features, or services that help differentiate the product from its competitors. So now, because if everyone starts giving you the same product, that is expected product, people will purchase it. But what is your difference? What is your USP? So your USP will be a certain differentiation in the market that you are doing. That is some unique feature, some extra feature that you are adding to it. Now slowly you start adding one by one to in a new features to make your product more competitive and sustainable in the market. This whatever new features you are adding becomes augmentation. That is, each new feature is known as an augmentation or an extra layer that you are adding to your product. In a bank example, this could be a versatile mobile banking application. So if you are providing a mobile banking application in your bank, that is along with your bank account, this could mean that one more augmentation you have done. Some unique thing should be there. Along with that, you can have certain other things like a credit card can be given, where you can people can use the credit card without any charges for the first month, or maybe for the 6 months, or maybe up to a certain limit of money, maybe 10,000 rupees, based upon their credit ratings. The next level of service level, that is product level, what we are studying is the potential product. The potential product includes all augmentations and transformations that the product might undergo in the future. So all the augmentations, all the unique features that are being added slowly in the present, and what can be added in the future, if you think, then that becomes a future product, and that is nothing but your potential product. In simple language, this means that to continue to surprise and delight customers, the product must be augmented. That is, it should be invented, reinvented, and you should keep on adding new features to it. So this is nothing but your potential product. So these are the 5 levels of product that we are studied. So the 5 product level model provides a way to show the different levels of need that the customers have for a product. It can be useful in helping organizations understand their customers. From there, they can structure themselves to best serve those needs and wants. In this way, they can also differentiate themselves from their competitors. So these are the 5 levels of products. If you have any difficulties in understanding this, you can always contact us. With this, we end today's lecture.